'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, that is what I truly
Hello,
want
Brendan.
I wasn't singing that. Hi.
That's what nothing wrong. It's a respectable song. I think it's the one of the national songs of Milosh's homeland.
God Save the Queen.
No, Oscar Mayer wiener. You know what? They sustain themselves on food rations, which usually often include Oscar Mayer wieners. Also, fun fact, because it's a fun fact.
It's a super fun fact.
Yep. Milosh actually knows that his bologna does have a first name. But you know what? I'm rambling. We got the movie. Patty made her pick, and we're gonna check out Live Free or Die Hard.
Well, yeah, it's no choice for me. I mean, I've already seen Die Hard. I know it's a great movie, so that's why I'm choosing Live Free. Never seen it. Sounds great.
But no, you're not. It's the whole squish it all together. It's one title. Live.
Is there a communication breakdown here, Nathan?
I think there is.
Okay.
It's Live Free or Die Hard.
Yeah, and I choose Live Free.
So, hello, we're watching Live Free.
Yippie-ki-yay, motherfucker.
You know when I pick a movie, that's when I'm under pressure now. The question always comes back to me, what were they thinking now? Whoa, what were they thinking? What were they thinking?
Welcome, motherfuckers.
Well, we've already used it up. Now we're not going to be, we can't swear at all now.
Well, I said mother too, so that's already an R rating. I'm Brendan.
I'm Nathan.
And this is What Were They Thinking?
Yes.
And we are talking about Live Free or Die Hard / Die Hard 4.0 / Not Another Die Hard / Die Hard to the Bone / Die Hard Dark Territory. Wait, is that all the names?
Die Hard 4 Cybernetic Boogaloo.
Y'all know the French title? Like, no joke, there's a French title that's way different. Y'all know that one?
Is it Mortier Difficile?
It translates to Die Hard 4.0 Return to Hell.
What?
I'm dead ass serious.
That's fantastic.
In the first one, as if you remember, John McClane battled demons. Hey, if you're wondering who that other voice is, that is Brent from the Home Video Hustle. What's up, Brent?
Hey, what's going on?
And why don't you tell everyone a little bit about your podcast?
Well, on my podcast, me and my friend PJ talk about random movies that we pick out of a bag. And lately we've been talking about it for almost 3 hours now.
My friend PJ and I is...
Oh, we're going to be on that. Oh, now I'm going to have to fuck with you all show now.
Oh, shit.
Ebonics are about to be strong. I see that, Brandon? That's how we'll get him back for the Medea shit now. I'm going to Ebonics the fuck out of this episode.
Oh, don't worry, Brent. I've got movies planned for that.
What else is there to say? We talk about movies and other shit. It comes out every Friday. It's on all the podcast outlets. Just type in Home Video Hustle. It'll be there somewhere.
And you're on Twitter at HVH Podcast.
Oh, yeah. I got that shit too, right?
1D. Don't do 2Ds. Those are just facts about the movie Steel.
Well, I mean, you should only do 2Ds if you're really into that type of shit, man.
If you want to learn a lot about Steel.
It is an odd cast, that's for sure.
Oh, we have fun. So, Live Free or Die Hard. I want to start off by asking, Brent, I'm going to kind of steal this from you. We've been doing this lately.
Uh-oh.
What do you guys, well, maybe you guys already know, but do you know what this movie cost to make?
Oh, I actually didn't look this up.
Okay, what do you think?
I'm going to say $60 million.
Okay, Nathan?
80 million.
110 million.
Okay.
Really? I didn't expect that.
And would you like to venture a guess as to what this movie managed to get at the box office?
500.
Ooh.
No,
All the money?
383.5 million. The highest grossing Die Hard movie in the series, actually.
The European release of this was Die Hard 4.0.
Okay.
Turn to hell.
Yeah.
Return to Hell.
Return to Hell, yes.
Oh, man. Fucking William Fichtner shows up as the devil.
Oh, Nicolas Cage is there driving a muscle car. It'd be great. Where's that movie?
Finally. Wait, have we not had a Bruce Willis and Nicolas Cage team-up movie?
It seems like he should be in like one of the Expendables or something.
Oh, Bruce Willis. Oh, Cage? Yeah, for sure. But if you want Bruce Willis, you gotta pay him like $1 million a day or something now.
Shit.
So, I just feel like he doesn't really want to do movies that much.
That's the
did
I don't
last
want to
time.
work, but I'll work if you pay me enough.
Yep. $1
Scale.
million a day.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Live Free or Die Hard, based on an article in 1997 for Wired magazine called A Farewell to Arms. Now, Brent was telling me a little bit about the... You kind of like summed it up a little bit.
It was 1999. You know, everybody's scared of technology. You know, the PlayStation's gonna take over the world and shit.
Yeah.
There's a big article talking about how we're going to get hacked and everybody's going to lose their money and all the shit that happens in this movie, basically.
Yeah. So I don't think... So that being said, I don't believe this was originally supposed to be a Die Hard movie.
No.
The same
It
as...
wasn't either.
Yeah, the third one, this one, and maybe even the one after this.
I'm pretty sure that shit's trash.
Yeah, because that shit was barely Die Hard.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some things in this that I'm like, I can tell it wasn't supposed... You can tell it wasn't supposed to be Die Hard because it's a little too, like, global of a conflict. But at the same time, it's like, it's still got that feel. The next one, not at all. So Live Free or Die Hard starts off with Matthew Farrell, played by Justin Long, and he is on the phone with the hottie Maggie Q.
Fatty cutie, if you...
Right? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
QT.
So anyway, so he's on the phone with Maggie Q, and she's basically he runs like a security thing, I think, for like I don't know. I don't remember what happens here, but she basically has hired him to...
She hires him and a bunch of other hackers to run security check, well, what they believe is to be security checking algorithms to like fight security systems for cybersecurity. They think that they're doing something like just another job to get paid, trying to crack security for a security firm who helps, corporations make their computer networks stronger. Not the case.
No, nefarious means are going on. Because of this, they've somehow managed to rig C4 to all these tech guys' computers, all these like testers.
I don't understand how they did that.
No, that is my first question. That was my first question, is like, who snuck into all these homes and planted all this C4?
Maggie Q.
Yeah.
Just Maggie Q.
It could have been that French guy who's like super awesome at parkour.
But yeah, so they are all blowing up except for Justin Long because, goddammit, he's our co-star. He can't die. But we do meet Deputy Director Bowman, played by the great Cliff Curtis.
That's the guy that's like the head of the CIA or whatever, right?
Yeah, and all I could think of anytime he said there was an issue, I just kept thinking of that terrible Walking Dead spinoff.
Fear the Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Yeah. Anytime
I thought it was Training Day. Y'all seen that, right?
Yeah.
The television show?
What?
Oh shit, there was a TV show.
All I could think of was the movie.
No, there was a season of a show based on Training Day. Now it wasn't like they're basing it on the movie. It's like events that happened a decade or so after the movie. They reference the movie in the show, but there's no Ethan Hawke or anything like that. It was sadly canceled because Bill Paxton died.
Yeah. R.I.P.D.
When's that movie coming up?
Sometime soon.
I own it on 3D Blu-ray, so anytime I am ready to go with that one.
Is that better than Medea too?
Nathan's body is ready.
It's called Presenting. Okay, thank you.
So anyway, Justin Long... Well, actually, we should say that Justin Long thinks Maggie Q has a sexy voice. Now, you might think that's a throwaway line, but it does come back later.
I thought it was interesting that the guy who played the Mac in the I'm a Mac, I'm a PC ads ran a Linux system.
Wait. Okay. For a second, I thought you meant that his partner in those commercials was in this movie, and I was like, what? No. I got really excited. Like, the reunion everyone's been waiting for.
Yes, we had a good laugh about a lot of computer jokes in this movie when it first came out.
Yeah, LOL hacking is the alternate title for this movie. But there's
saying it's not realistic, man?
Maybe a little bit.
Hey, you know what? The computers weren't cityscapes like in Hackers, so they got that going for them.
Oh yeah,
when's that movie coming up?
It's this whole episode, Brent. When you doing that movie?
Let's just keep taking lists from Brent. Yeah, Brent's gonna give us ideas for our show for the next year and a half, just appearing on this one episode.
Brendan has a list of movies I've given y'all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, listener's choice coming up in June. But anyway, so the FBI. I noticed one line I wrote down because the FBI says, or the CIA. Wait, what is it? The CIA or the FBI?
One of them.
Yeah.
Government shit.
Cliff Curtis has a line about, like, he's like, I want to round up all the hackers because the FBI has also been hacked into. And he says, round up
an FBI guy.
Yeah.
And later he's waylaid by NSA fellows.
Yeah. Which, he says, I want to round up all the possible hackers and round them up and interview them all. And
all the usual suspects.
Yeah, and someone says, well, it's a holiday, and like, just call your employees in for time and a half, Cliff Curtis. This is a national emergency.
Yeah.
So he says, well, what we're going to do is we're going to get local cops to pick up, Justin Long. And that happens to be Bruce Willis, a.k.a. John McClane.
Stalking his daughter.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't do this, Nathan?
Not yet.
Oh, see, I had a feeling.
Nathan's not John McClane quite yet. It's coming.
Here's the thing. He went about it all wrong, in my opinion. As a father of girls, my idea is not going to be to, like, skulk in the shadows. It's one of the things I plan on doing is inviting the young bag of shit into my house.
Okay, gonna stop you for a quick second. You've already jumped the judgment train.
Right. Because anybody who's looking to, yeah. Anyhow.
Listen, I'm gonna respectfully invite the bag of human excrement into my home.
I said nothing about human.
Okay, fine. Deer shit. Go ahead.
Okay, the bag of shit. He's gonna come in. As you enter into my domicile, there is a stuffed deer head on the wall. A deer that I shot and had the head mounted. Okay? The first thing I'm going to say to him is, check this out. Isn't that cool? That's awesome, right? You know what? That deer didn't do a goddamn thing to me. And you're going out with my daughter. I love her. That deer didn't do a fucking thing to me, and I shot it dead. And then I ate it.
And then just follow up with, well, have a good night.
Yep.
What if he's a big Tyler Perry fan, though?
Well, you know what? That's a plus. That's a plus. I'll say, you know what? You prove yourself worthy, and we'll check out Boo, Medea's Halloween 2. Or maybe Medea's Family Funeral. I've already seen Family Reunion. You can check out my podcast.
That is a long way to get to a plug.
Right.
But anyway, so Bruce Willis, or John McClane, interrupts his daughter making out with some douchebag, and he's very grabby. And
he's trying to cop a feel.
Very, very much so. She says no twice. Just saying. And
I'm trying to teach my girls, you only need to say it once.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Once
if it comes to the part where you have to say it twice, you're punching them in the neck.
Yeah. Blah. So she obviously has a strained relationship with her dad because she told this guy that she just met that her dad is dead.
Yes.
But I do like this moment. So, like, she basically blows them both off. She's like, okay, I'm going back home, leave me alone. The guy looks at Bruce Willis and he's like, chicks, right?
Yes.
Probably not the best move.
And then I would have punched him in the face.
You would have mounted him on your wall.
Oh, I thought that was going somewhere different.
No, Brent, not that kind of mounting.
No.
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
Nathan,
break his back. I make him humble.
I don't know, though. Nathan might want to show his dominance, so... And then maybe just urinate on him.
That's a possibility, too. A distinct possibility.
So, back in Justin Long's apartment, he's hacking away, while chatting with the Warlock, who we'll definitely meet later.
Oh, and I gotta ask, I know I made a joke about him running a Linux system, but what the hell kind of graphics interface is that?
Oh, the graphics in this movie are insane.
Yes.
Any time a computer screen is on screen, someone is just literally clicking random buttons.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what y'all do at home?
I have a
not
Windows
really.
laptop. There's very specific instructions you have to follow to make it work properly. I don't just randomly click around.
I would love if people typed in real life like they do in movies, because it's so crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like none of the people in this movie have ever seen a computer. But he's about to hit the delete button, which we know from earlier will trigger the C4. But thankfully,
Well, it's Control Alt Delete because
is it okay?
Yeah, because they wired the C4 with a virus.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That would lock up the computer. So if they want to get out of the lockup, the first step is Control Alt Delete.
But I thought it was just delete, because later on, when the delete button is hit, Control Alt are definitely not pushed down.
It's a sequence. I'm guessing sequence
like
pattern to make it happen.
You're telling me maybe Justin Long has sticky keys turned on?
Also, it could be the fact that it's a fucking movie and nobody in Hollywood knows how a computer works.
I think your thesis statement is strong.
Okay.
So, so he gets interrupted before he hits delete. John McClane shows up at the door, makes fun of all his nerdy shit that he's got all over his room, breaks his Spawn action figure.
I cried a fair bit when that happened. Saddest part of the movie.
What's funny is that when he breaks it, like, he literally just pulls an arm off of it, and he's like, oh, did I break it? No, okay, I get you don't play with toys, Bruce Willis, but, like, you gotta know that's not gonna end well. But anyway, so the apartment is slowly surrounded by armed gunmen. And, we get a big action scene here, the first real one of the movie. John McClane kills one guy by throwing a fire extinguisher and shooting it.
Okay, it's not just as it's surrounded by terrorists, it's surrounded by French terrorists.
Oh,
I was unaware that was a thing. First
French terrorists?
Yes.
They just have, like, baguettes and...
Well, I guess so. It was cool to see the guy from District 13 in this movie.
But yeah, they break in, and then a great little convenient moment is that an action figure falls on the delete button.
Yes.
And triggers the C4, which...
It was a Terminator, too.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, was it?
Yeah, it was. It was the exoskeleton from the Terminator. It fell over and hit the delete button.
Which is funny because they seem to have set up the C4 as not quite as powerful as all the other hackers, because the other hackers' homes are blown to bits.
Just vaporized.
Yeah, this guy's apartment, his desk is blown up and it kind of goes out the window, but the apartment's, like, still there.
Yeah.
Good insulation.
Well, they figured, you know what? He might be weak in the upper body and kind of spindly in the arms. Let's not break the bank on the C4.
They make it out. There's more gunmen outside. Luckily, Bruce Willis manages to... This is my favorite. Bruce Willis manages, while the guy's hanging off the side of the car, to drive him into a dumpster.
Oh, that was the best.
And they drive away. And then we learn that Timothy motherfucking Oliphant is the bad guy.
Hitman.
Yeah. Also, Nathan, this is our second Tim Oliphant movie we've done.
That's a shame because I love that guy.
Well, I mean, the
Where's
other one we
Hitman?
did was another admittedly crazy but entertaining movie called The Crazies. So
Yeah. I think the only other movie that he's done that we could do is Hitman, as Brent has said.
So they're in the car, John McClane and Justin Long. And they drive down to meet Deputy Director Bowman.
Was listening to some sweet CCR while all this America stuff is happening in the background.
Which Justin Long says is like a pine cone shoved in his ass. The CCR. And I'm like, go fuck yourself, Justin Long.
Yes, Bruce Willis did the appropriate thing by cranking it up.
What did you say, Brent?
No, I said you said about pineapple or some ass. I said, I don't know what the fuck that is, man.
He basically
said pineapples or pine cones?
Pine
cone.
Oh, they said pineapple.
I might have pine cone shoved in his ass.
I said, that's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah. Basically, he says listening to CCR is like getting fucked in the butt.
With a pine cone.
With a pine cone. With a pine cone or a very abrasive penis.
Like a cat's, because it's barbed.
Oh my god! You have painted a horrifying image.
Brendan will never look at his cats the same.
Nope. I'm getting rid of all my cats.
Monkey, do you have a barbed penis?
Oh wait, thankfully they're all female, so we're good.
Oh, you're good then.
Yeah. Oof. They don't have barbed. Never mind. Anyways.
No.
Okay.
I love bringing these strays home, man.
But they're so cute.
I think Mariah's is barbed though, isn't it? That's what I've heard.
It's basically like Negan's baseball bat in The Walking Dead.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why he was so mad with Medea.
Actually, we did a recreation of that scene. Everyone lined up in a circle, and she just swung it around.
Beat you over the head with it.
People got to guess who was gonna get hit in the head. Spoiler alert, it was Glenn. So anyway, God, this movie...
This episode has taken a turn.
As expected. So Tim Oliphant's hackers start fucking with the traffic lights.
Oh, before we do that, the reason why Bruce Willis is scanning around on the radio, he's trying to find out if what happened at Justin Long's place last night has made the news. And Justin Long launches into this conspiracy theory about, how the news, it just keeps you living in fear, man. And so you keep buying stuff, man, like 6 things that you don't even need, right? I could do this all day. He is going to love 4chan in about half a decade.
But yeah, so the traffic lights are going crazy. They're all green, in the hopes that, maybe John McClane will just crash his car and die, and then we'll be done with them.
Now, in all honesty, do you think that it would devolve that quickly? Because
no.
There were scenes of, buses just, twirling, skating through intersections.
Yeah. I think maybe there would be accidents, but I think this movie definitely ramps that up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why it reminded me of this, but you know that scene in Furious 7 where all those cars just go careening off the parking lot of the parking garage? It's just to that level almost. It's just oh, green light, everybody go!
When's that movie coming
out? Brent, you're killing me. The lights are all turning green. The hackers are also launching alerts in the FBI, like anthrax alerts. So they have to evacuate the U.S. Capitol building. And they're also messing with a building, which we'll learn about more later, in Woodlawn, called the National Data Administration. Mm-hmm. They also mess with the stock market. And through this, John McClane and, Justin Long, they finally arrive to meet Deputy Bowman, and we get the first utterance of that this whole thing may be a fire sale.
Jesus.
And Nathan, tell the good people what a fire sale is.
Well, with a fire sale, everything must go. The idea being that they're resetting the system, just burning it right down to the ground. All the financials, all the utilities, fire, emergency services, rather, fire, ambulance, police, utilities with your phone and internet and electricity. And here's the thing. Whenever I encounter folk, and I do appreciate the idea of being young and saying, you know what, burn the system, man. Here's the thing. If you think that revolution is going to work out, the first thing you need to do is burn your house down. If you're not willing to do that, you are not willing to participate in the revolution.
And this has been a message from the revolution.
It's a message from an aged punk.
Nathan works for Anonymous.
Nathan is anonymous.
Shush.
Don't
Not
worry.
anymore.
But after so Bowman is immediately like, no, it's not a fire sale. We got to meet this covered. Clearly, we're doing a great job. So calm down. But so the terrorists send them a YouTube-style video edit of, like, people... It's like one of those videos where it's like a statement, but each person is saying one word, and it's, like, cut together from presidential speeches.
Okay. Yes, I love that. That was, like, one of my favorite parts. I feel they went a little overboard on it. He didn't find enough Nixon.
No, well, that's what he said, even. He's like, I wanted more Nixon. I do like how they end with W, though.
Yes.
When George W. Bush gives you the most haunting part of that speech, and it's like, it's unbroken. Like, it's like 20 seconds of Bush just, like, talking.
Well, if you want to strike fear into the hearts of millions, it's George W. Bush.
Or the current one.
True. Not available at that time because everybody would have been like, Donald Trump is president? You're fucking ridiculous. I mean, that orange douchebag?
There's a lot of dumb people here.
Sorry, I got a super patriotic right there.
So anyway, yeah, we get they explain the fire sale, and then Bowman sets up basically for John McClane and Justin Long to go to this interview so they could talk to Justin and find out all the stuff he knows. As they're being escorted, though, Maggie Q hacks the police radio because they can literally hack everything in this movie. Everything you can think of, it gets hacked.
That's how it works, right?
Yep. That's how it works.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet!
If hackers and criminal has taught me anything, it's that computers are magic.
Yes.
Yep. But here's the thing: Maggie Q tries to tell them to take a turn onto a street so that they can be, trapped or killed. And hilariously, the guy that's driving them says, "Ooh, she has a sexy voice." Callback to when Justin Long thought she had a sexy voice.
And if there was anything he could do to or for her,
which is hilarious, like that clue. I just like the fact that he had to say "you have a sexy voice" to like clue him in.
Right.
It's like, I mean, I guess she sounds good, but that wouldn't be like the first thing I'd latch onto.
But this isn't the first callback. If you're tracking, what is the name of the agent who is driving them?
Johnson.
Right?
From the first one.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
First, yeah, Agent Johnson, not related.
John McClane even takes a second to think it over when he says that.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's see, this is the kind of fan service I can get behind because it's quick, it's not in your face, and it's just a little, hey, if you caught it, cool. If you didn't, no big deal.
No big deal. Yeah, it doesn't affect anything. We do find out that Justin Long is so hungry that he could eat at Arby's.
That is hungry.
Yeah.
Brent, are you a fan of the Arby's?
Yeah, actually.
Shit.
You know what? I as much as I'll give them the shit, Patty's a big fan of it. I like them when I get a sandwich that has other things other than cheese and roast beef.
Oh, okay.
So if I get, you can get the ones that have like, lettuce and tomato and pickle. Mwah. Thank you. More later.
Hey. Callbacks.
Luckily, Justin Long recognizes her as Maggie Q, and John McClane tricks her by saying we have a police code 587, which she says, oh yeah, 587, we sent all units, and he says, oh, you sent all units for a bunch of naked people walking around? Put your boss on, honey. Which, I gotta say, if you're gonna do this, like, hacking into the police radio thing, you should probably know the police codes just in case this happens.
Thank you. Or at the very least, have someone at the ready who can go, oh, 587, that's naked people.
Yeah, it seems
All
like
they know is hacking, man.
any time like something happens that gives the good guys like an advantage, it's because of something that the fucking terrorist overlooked, and it's like the dumbest like little thing. But you know, then we get the first conversation between Tim Oliphant and John McClane, and Tim Oliphant decides to taunt him by deleting his 401k. And says, you know what, just shoot Justin Long and walk away, and everything will be fine. Hell no, says John McClane. That's not the kind of movie this is going to be. That's his exact line.
But he does make an offer to visit Timothy Oliphant in prison, which I think is sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, good for him.
That's real nice.
They do make a fun reference to him being a Timex watch in a digital world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because they've got all these references where all these little scenes where John McClane doesn't understand technology.
But the funny thing was, with him being a Timex watch, what does a Timex watch
Wait,
do?
isn't that a digital watch?
No. Timex, their slogan for a gazillion years is, takes a licking, keeps on ticking.
Oh,
hey.
shit.
So he die hard. They die hard. They're really hard to die. Their ability to die comes difficultly to a Timex watch.
Do they live free as well?
Well, once they're purchased, yes.
Okay. Well,
I'll take it.
this is the greatest action scene of all time coming up.
Oh, shit.
100%.
Because they send a chopper after our heroes, and multiple agents are killed. I think everyone except our two main characters.
And I gotta say, those guys shooting from the helicopters, I don't know where they got them, but every time they were either leading too much or too short with their shots. If you're trying to shoot for a moving target, you definitely want to lead them. You want to shoot the bullet ahead of them because they're going to move into where the bullet's going to be when it lands.
Nathan, I don't want to get any hate mail from the extras in this movie.
No, they did fine. I'm sure they did exactly what the director did. It has nothing to do with them. It's the director being like, aha, we have professional French mercenaries. They don't know how to shoot.
Len Wiseman, get at us.
On the Twitters.
Director of Underworld.
Never seen them.
So the first
it is
two,
what
I
it
think.
is.
Yeah, the first two are all right.
The last one was bonkers.
They're all kind of bonkers when you get right down to it. It's vampires fighting fucking werewolves.
The last one
Twilight?
had Kate Beckinsale.
No!
What? No one sparkles in this one, Brent.
Right?
The last one had Kate Beckinsale going in between the world of the living and the world of the dead. It was interesting.
Was
I'm
it
going to
now?
watch those now.
When's
But
that coming up?
if we do any of them, I would love to do the most recent one because it was
I
fucking
feel
insane.
that the one that I've confounded Brendan with for April is, I think Brent's going to get a kick out of it, and I think it is the perfect movie for this year.
Does that have Tyler Perry in it too?
1983, so I don't think
It's
so.
from 1983.
Yeah. Unless he's got like a cameo. In the middle of like risky business, Medea shows up.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Hello. Stop
you
dancing
order a-
to Bob Seger.
Did you order a herker?
Oh what?
Oh,
herker.
herker.
Are you going to Tier Werner?
Just turn it into the Swedish Chef now.
Spork. Oh my god, okay, Die Hard. So they go
Back to
into
Die Hard.
they drive into this tunnel, And Tim Oliphant's like, I also control all the lights in the tunnel. Turn them all off. Which, again, is another hilarious thing that you kind of pointed out earlier when all the lights went green, is that these cars just keep driving.
Yeah.
It's just like...
You got places to be, Brendan.
It's just dark. You be all right.
That's right. Cars get hit every day, B.
Okay. Am I the only one with a driver's license here?
I got one.
Okay. So, Brent, have you ever driven into a tunnel?
Yes.
Do you instinctively turn your headlights on?
Yes.
None of these people do.
Nope.
You got no time for that. It's traffic.
There ain't no time for headlights.
Well, there you go. That explains it away. Perfect. Let's move on.
Plot.
It makes no sense. You are completely correct. Also, my favorite part of this whole tunnel scene is that there is a car that is literally flopping around like a fish out of water. Like,
Yes.
There's the scene where the car lands and hits two cars instead of our heroes, thus not killing them. But there's also a scene where a car is just flopping down the tunnel for like a minute.
They just need new tires, man.
Oh, so good. But then the pinnacle of this scene is that the helicopter is waiting on the other side, so John McClane gets into another car, drives it, jumps out, and kills a helicopter with a car because he ran out of bullets.
Basically saying this movie wants everyone to know that physics can go fuck itself.
They can always go fuck themselves.
Which I think that scene alone is crazier than anything in any of the previous 3 Die Hard movies.
Oh, there's something later in the movie. I don't know, man.
Oh no, I'm not saying any crazier in this movie. I'm just saying crazier than anything in the first 3.
Oh, okay. I was saying something happens way crazier in this movie, in my opinion.
Okay, well
I feel that with the movies, they progressively get crazier and crazier with the things that happen with them.
True.
I love the third one.
Me too.
Yeah. In fact, if I could rank these, it would be 1, 3, 4, 2, and 5.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say too.
There we go. We are on the same page.
I'm gonna say I think I like 2 a little bit more.
That's ridiculous.
I would
In
say
this
like 1. No, you know what? I don't know. It's tough. 2 and 4 are like they're close. 1, it's definitely 1 and then 3 for me though. For
See,
sure.
the reason why I discount 2,
Fuck that one.
is because other than the fact that it's in an airport, everything else is very samey. It's at Christmas time. He's got, a plucky black sidekick who's helping him. It's international terrorists.
But Dennis Franz, Nathan. Dennis Franz.
And Robert Patrick.
Wait, what?
No,
You didn't know
William
that?
Sadler.
I think you're thinking of Terminator 2.
No, he's in that movie for like 2 seconds.
Is
Oh.
he?
Yeah.
for two-
When you're up on the roof, he's like, "You're a sitting duck" or some shit. He says, and he starts shooting them little dudes.
For 2 seconds, or as Brent describes it, the selling point of the movie.
That's right. Damn it, it's Robert Patrick, motherfucker.
I will say that I did enjoy William Sadler in that movie.
Oh, naked calisthenics?
You enjoyed his
Fuck
naked
yeah.
ass, huh?
I did.
He is a handsome gentleman.
The naked yoga was like the best scene in that movie. That was hilarious.
Got his barbed dick real hard.
Yeah. So anyway, Live Free or Die Hard. So once they blow up the helicopter, Tim Oliphant's team arrives at Woodlawn and breaks into the building so they can download all the financial information in America. They also send in Maggie Q undercover as an FBI agent. So this is when the Capitol building blows up, quote unquote. Right?
Yes, the fake news.
Yeah,
For lack of a better term.
the fake news. This is when the terrorists send a video of the Capitol building blowing up, which, okay, they run over to see. Now they'd run on foot, right? The FBI they run over on foot to see if this has actually happened. I would think if you're close enough to run over on foot, you would have heard it.
It's a lot
You'd
going
think,
on, man.
yes.
It's a lot of commotion.
An explosion like that, but no, they run over on foot. Oh, thank God, the Capitol building is still there. However, This is very important to note at this point, guys. All the phone lines are down. All the satellites are down. The only way that people are communicating is with the SATCOM radios that the terrorists have.
Yes.
There are no lines.
Everybody has AT&T.
But, thankfully, that doesn't affect OnStar.
They're on SATCOM too. You didn't know that? Terrorists love OnStar. Bro.
Okay, so John McClane and Justin Long get into this car. OnStar is activated, and for a second I was like, okay, maybe it's a trick and the terrorists are hacking that too. Nope, it's just OnStar with access to phones. That made no sense.
Well, especially considering that earlier when everyone was like, yeah, like you said, trying to call 911 and there was no service or it was cut off or it was a busy signal. Apparently, OnStar not as popular as they'd like people to think because they're not being bothered at all during the Armageddon.
Well, what they should do is take a cut of this movie where it's like, where everything's going down and then show this scene where they're contacted and just air that as a commercial.
Armageddon proof.
Because no one's calling us, kid. So, they use OnStar. Justin Long pretends his dad is having a heart attack so they can start his car for him. And, he eventually gets them to start the car. It's a funny scene, but it makes no sense.
I loved it, actually, because the name is like Dvorak Stjajinsky.
Did you notice something though when he said the name?
No.
Okay, so when they cut to the ID he was holding, I looked at the typed name first, and it said David Seaver. So the written name, the signed name was different than the typed name.
Okay.
I thought that I was like, how did they mess that up?
No time.
No time. Yeah, no time in this fucking $110 million action movie.
That's right. We gotta get explosions ready.
Right.
What, had Michael Bay on set? So they arrive at the building. They arrive at the building where Maggie Q is overriding. Because what we find out is that in a fire sale,
everything must go.
Hey.
Yeah, you could do everything, almost everything remotely. But the only thing you can't do remotely is major utilities. Like gas, electric, nuclear, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So she's at this building to manually shut it down so that they can basically, turn off the world, essentially.
America. John
McClane has a badass ninja fight with Maggie Q.
Maggie Cutie.
Hey!
Yeah.
Call back to when you said it earlier. But Maggie Q no-sells a computer monitor to the face. Can I just say that I appreciate the Die Hard series more than almost any other action series because I like that the main guy, the hero, gets his ass kicked.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. Like Bruce Willis gets thrown out of the fucking window and to the ground. And then she's basically making Justin Long continue her work or undo whatever he just did to fuck up her work. And Bruce Willis comes through driving a car, runs her over all the way into an elevator shaft.
How did he get that in, like, the corridors?
I do not know.
John McClane, damn it.
He did that. He did that Batman thing where he can like make his car skinny when he goes between the buildings.
He dropped the sides out.
Yeah. What was that, like Batman Returns or something?
Wasn't that forever?
Oh, maybe. Fuck. Coming soon.
Yeah, when's that coming up on the show?
Never.
We will
It's
have
terrible.
Exactly. That's why
when
it's
it
coming
should
up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they end up in an elevator shaft inexplicably, and Maggie Q gets sent down to hell.
Yeah.
She's Deadsville.
It's a
Returns
hard way to
to it.
go, too, man.
That's probably in my bottom 10 ways to go.
Crushed by an SUV in an elevator shaft.
Or as Bruce Willis says later in the movie, an SUV shoved up her ass. Maggie Q's dead. Tim Oliphant finds them trying to hack the system. So Bruce Willis informs Tim Oliphant that his girlfriend, Maggie Q, is dead.
Yeah.
To piss him off.
Doesn't he call her a dead Asian hooker bitch?
Oh, yeah.
That's later. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they call people bitches so many times in this movie.
It's edgy.
but safe enough for PG-13.
Yeah.
We can say bitch, you just can't say motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right. I guess. Sure. I
Or
don't know how it
asshole.
fucking works.
So, Tim Oliphant's furious. He decides to send all the gas lines, redirect them into that building specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So our heroes have to outrun a fireball. No problem. Everyday stuff. And that's when they decide, we got to go see the Warlock. Justin Long decides we got to go see the Warlock. And they decide to take a helicopter.
Yeah, and he just... I know we hear that he took a couple of lessons, but I'm like, when he first jumps in, I was like, when did he ever fucking learn to drive a helicopter? That was never a thing.
Never a thing, and also I feel like that line about how he took a few lessons was like, it's kind of lazy, like, because the first movie, one of the big things is he was afraid of flying, right? Mm-hmm. And then they just kind of go, I took a few lessons. Okay, problem solved. We're in a chopper now.
He still face your fear type of thing or some shit, didn't he?
Would you... Actually, Brent, I feel that you could explain it more succinctly.
Okay.
Yes. One
Yes.
word,
One word.
please.
Would that word be plot?
There you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so now we go to the Warlock, and the Warlock is a middle-aged dude named Freddy Kalutis, who lives at
Krueger.
home. I wish. He lives at home with his mom, and he is played by Kevin Smith.
Hey.
And we watched this, Patty was like, man, check out all the cool stuff he has. And I just said, yeah, but he still lives in his fucking mom's basement.
It reminded me of, it kind of reminded me when the mom came to the door of that scene in Wedding Crashers with, like, Will Ferrell. Where she's just like, Freddy, you got guests! Pick up your fucking toys! Like that kind of thing.
Command center!
When I saw this movie first in, like, when I think I saw it in theaters, and... No, I definitely saw it in theaters. And I was, like, super excited that Kevin Smith was in this movie, because I think I had just finally watched, like, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and all those other movies, so I was like, man, he's gonna be in a Die Hard movie? That's awesome! So I genuinely love him in this movie. And I love how the first thing they Justin Long calls him is like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, says are you looking like a young Han Solo there?
Yeah, he's like, you lost weight. He's like, I gained 30 pounds. Who the hell is that?
Why'd you bring your dad to my command center?
My favorite line in this scene, though, is when Bruce Willis looks at the picture of Boba Fett, and Kevin Smith is like, oh, yeah, you're a fan of the Fett? And he's like, no, I'm more of a Star Wars guy. He's like, Star Wars? Who the hell is this?
I did
great
enjoy the
line.
fact that Bruce Willis called him dump truck.
Yeah. So here's the thing. A little behind the scenes, Kevin Smith and Bruce Willis don't like each other anymore. On the set of this movie, though, they got along great.
Yes.
And Kevin Smith actually, even more little tidbit, he actually wrote this scene. Like, all his dialogue, he wrote most of it. Because they gave him the scene, and Kevin Smith was doing fine, but he said, like, he didn't feel like he was very believable because the lines they gave him didn't sound like something he would say. And he's admitted to, like, that he doesn't think of himself as much of an actor.
Right.
Which, like, yeah, he's a funny guy. I wouldn't say he should go and, like, do, like, a career-changing role. Like, I don't know if he could pull it off.
So he should not be in a Tyler Perry movie, is what you're saying. Where he can really, stretch his dramatic wings and get some meat in a script where you can really believe and put forth some pathos and deliver the
Jay and Silent Bob Strike
career-defining
Medea.
performance that would get him an Oscar.
Are you done?
I'm good.
So what happened was Kevin Smith asked if he could rewrite portions of his scene, and the producers were like, hell no. So apparently what Bruce Willis did was get on the phone with the studio and say, so who was your second choice for John McClane?
Oh, really?
Yeah. This happened,
Blackstorm.
like, Kevin Smith tells this whole story, like, Bruce Willis backed him up 1,000%. And he said, who was your second choice for John McClane? So they were like, okay, it's fine. So Kevin Smith rewrote the part, and this is the scene where we get a lot of exposition about Timothy Olyphant's character.
Yes. Where he talks about how he did this fantastic hacking job with just a laptop.
He shut down NORAD with a laptop to
Just
prove
a
a point.
laptop.
Yeah. And that this building in Woodlawn is targeted. So they're wondering what this building in Woodlawn is all about. We still don't know. But Timothy Olyphant sees that they're going through his shit, so he hacks into the Warlock's computer, and we get a scene with them watching each other on the monitors.
Yes.
And hilariously, another bit that I really, really like is Bruce Willis talking quietly to Warlock while he covers the camera,
Yeah.
thinking it's a microphone.
Yeah. Covering the camera doesn't shush the microphone.
Yeah. So they start tracking Timothy Olyphant, and they're sending his photo to Deputy Bowman.
And this is where actually he says the dead Asian hooker bitch thing.
Oh, if you don't mind, I wrote down this whole speech. I would really like to read it.
Proceed.
Okay, thank you. So this is what Bruce Willis says to kind of taunt Tim Olyphant's character. Yeah, no, I'm not as smart as you guys, all this computer shit. But hey, I'm still alive, ain't I? I mean, you gotta be running out of bad guys by now. Gabriel? I mean, how does that work? Honestly, you could tell me. You got some kind of service or something? Some kind of 1-800 number? 1-800-henchman? Oh, I bet you're still on hold with can I get another dead Asian hooker bitch over here right away. But seriously, all that kicking aside, that skinny little ninja chick, she was smoking hot. One of those gotta be real hard to come by, right? Using that for every audition from now on. That is the monologue to use.
You're really quite impressed with yourself, aren't you?
Oh yeah, that's what he says right after, isn't it?
Yeah, really love Timothy Olyphant in this role.
He's such a good bad guy.
Right?
What do you think, Brent? You like the elephant? You on board?
Do I like elephants? Sure.
What Timothy Elephant?
Timothy Elephant? Sure. Yeah, he alright. I love the movie he came out with last year.
What's that?
The Elephant Man.
That was last year. Yep.
The remake of the classic.
Straight to DVD.
He's also coming out. He's also coming out with a new movie this year. Timothy Elephant in Dumbo.
Ugh,
Oh, fuck that.
could we not?
When's that coming up on the show?
Well, we'll see what happens with that first. But anyway, well, where are we here? So yeah, this is the point where Tim Olyphant is like, I'm getting revenge on you. He shows him that he knows where his daughter is. She's stuck in an elevator.
Yep.
And he pretends to be the security or 911 or whatever, and says, we're gonna get you out of there, no problem. Bruce Willis is freaking out, and there is a legitimately great moment here where Tim Olyphant looks at him after that and says, go ahead, John, make a joke, say something funny. And it's just like, oh, he's kind of turning the tables on you.
Really love him in this role.
So that's unfortunate. Like, he didn't have probably as much fun as maybe, say, like Alan Rickman in the first one. Who, by the way, will never be topped.
Well, you know what? In relation to the series, picking Jeremy Irons to be his brother in the third one was pretty fucking spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, like, I don't think Hans Gruber as a villain in this series will ever be topped, though.
No.
What about the
That's
guy from the
pretty,
fifth movie, man?
I don't even know who it
his name
was.
was.
Who the fuck was the villain in that one?
Vodka Popinski. I don't fucking know. They were in Russia.
The Chernobyl
Vodka.
guy.
Yeah.
Vodka Chernobyl.
There you go.
Chernovsky.
Vodka Chernobyl, probably played by a guy who didn't have a Russian accent in real life. So we're really getting into it here. So Lucy, John McClane's daughter, is kidnapped. She kind of shows that she's kind of a badass as much as he is.
Yeah, we find out the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
This is where we find out what Woodlawn is all about. So basically, oh my god, a lot of exposition. It's a failsafe. It's got backup of all the financial information in America. And basically what happens is, the moment Tim Oliphant hacked into the network, it's automatically backed up at Woodlawn. So now he's going to go into Woodlawn and either delete it or steal it. And the reason he's able to do this is because, twist, he designed Woodlawn.
Yes, because we do that whole... I guess we kind of glazed over it when we said about the whole shut down NORAD with a laptop. He did that as an employee of the U.S. government.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he's basically a disgruntled government worker.
Correct.
There's a lot of those right now.
Well, you know what? You go 2 weeks without getting paid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You fucking dump truck of a president.
Ugh.
Fuck him.
Right.
No, thank you.
Well, I mean, you got the
I could
jagged
use
penis,
130
though,
grand.
Actually, yeah.
Just
Anybody got
barbed wire
Storm's
penis, man. It's all good.
barbed wire penis? Wait, isn't he really... I heard that he's really afraid of sharks.
Oh, shit.
Remember that?
I don't
They
remember
were
that.
watching Shark Week. I
It
do
was,
remember that. Oh, it's such a fucking... You know what? Trumpster fire. It's a Trumpster fire.
Put it on a t-shirt.
There you go.
But that's the biggest thing I remember from the Stormy Daniels thing. I was like, wait a second. He's just scared of sharks in general? Like, they're going to attack him at any moment?
Well, he certainly wasn't the biggest thing to come from that story, from what I heard.
Hey! Small penis. So, where are we at this point? Okay, so now
Timothy
we know...
Olyphant's having a really frustrating day at the office.
Yeah, they're in Woodlawn. John McClane is like, we know where they are because the Warlock tracked them. Justin Long goes along with them, and they're gonna go and save his daughter and America. So they finally show up. John McClane shoots a few people, and
We do get a bit though. Actually, before we get to that, we get a bit where Justin Long is kind of starstruck rather. By Timothy Olyphant, and because he's like, you did this, and this is brilliant, and he's like, yeah, it is. Shut up! I'm trying to, get paid.
Oh, this is when when Justin Long also gets kidnapped.
Yes.
Yeah, because they end up there, and Justin Long also gets taken because they get separated when one of the guys attacks John McClane.
Right.
So now they've got both Justin Long and John McClane's daughter Lucy. McClane has a fight with this like spider dude.
Well, it's the
Spider dude.
Isn't it the? It's the dude from France who was in
parkour guy.
Yeah, the parkour guy who was in B-13.
I don't know why I thought this, but when you said he's from France, all I could think of is the Coneheads being like, "We're from France."
His head was nowhere near as pointy. I don't think that Nathan's correct. I don't think he's from France.
Yeah, I thought it was only Coneheads from France. Oh fuck! Anybody listening in France right now is like, "Fuck these."
Who does these Canadian pigs think they are?
Fuck this bullshit! I quit.
Oh, it sounds like Uwe Boll right there.
I surrender.
French, not German.
It's Uwe Boll, Brent.
What?
Ewy.
The fuck ever.
Because he's ewy.
If you want to hear us all talk about Ewy Bowl, listen to Alone in the Dark.
Because that's the last time we kind of do.
Yep.
Oh, it's coming up again.
No.
Somebody's gonna send one.
No.
Okay, so John McClane kills fucking Spider Parkour Boy
Yes.
by throwing him into what was that, like a rotor blade?
Oh, yeah. Because it was almost like a power generator or something.
Yeah, and I know I'm watching the PG-13 version because it immediately cuts away.
Yeah.
There's no blood whatsoever.
That was great. I guess.
Oh wait, did it not cut away for you?
There was blood in mine.
Oh, you
'Cause-
definitely. I think you watched like the little, the harsher cut.
Well, maybe it was just like when they put it on Blu-ray, they're like, let's put the good one out.
I think honestly, what happened is when they released it, like I read that the rated version, like the theatrical version, is harder to find than the unrated. So I think that's what happened.
Really?
Okay, well, that's a possibility.
I got both of them. My set came with both.
I think it did at first, but then I think later they stopped with the theatrical.
Yeah, because I
one.
didn't even get the option of a theatrical versus extended cut.
Oh, okay.
And see, I bought it like the day it came out, and I think it was just that one that was available at the time.
Huh.
But anyway, Die Hard. Well, I guess that was about Die Hard.
Back to what we were just talking about.
Yeah, so Timothy Olyphant's got John McClane, got Lucy and Justin Long, and they're driving. But thankfully, John McClane jumps on top of another one of their trucks and kills the driver, and we've got a full-on road chase. There is that F-35 that's chasing Oliphant's crew. However, Timothy Olyphant, again, LOL hacking, he hacks into the pilot's radio and tells him, No, your target is the truck behind us. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
I get that. There's also a bit where McClane calls in the truck, the van that they're driving, and he gives the license plate for the van that the big baddies are driving. There is a giant H301 on the back of that thing, and the logic in me said, you know what? Why wouldn't he just say to the people that he was talking to, because they were the people who owned the truck, it's tag H301.
There's no time.
There's no time. He reads out two more extra characters, and there's no time?
There's no time for those other ones. We need the plates.
Brent, you are Mr. Explain It Away.
It's so simple.
No, it's actually much more complicated when you put it that way.
You're thinking too much, man. Plot!
This is not Die Hard 5.
It's not. Thankfully.
No, that's where if we did that, you could say plot a million times.
That would be the whole episode, just for an
hit
hour
Brent
and a half.
saying plot over and over and over again.
Copy, paste, 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 paste.
Let me know when it's happening and I got you.
We did some good work this afternoon, guys. Real good work.
Oh, don't even worry about it, Brent. I've got a clip of you saying plot saved. How do you think I put it in episodes where you weren't even a guest?
I came in for that one line and left. All the way to Canada.
So yeah, the chopper. So now the chopper is going, or the F-35. Sorry, the F-35 is going after John McClane instead. So we have a truck versus F-35 battle. But he manages to, oh man, it's crazy. Like, things blow up. He manages to get out of the truck and get onto the F-35. The pilot ejects. John McClane rolls down unscathed. He's gonna be fine.
America.
Tim and the crew arrive at some safe house type deal.
Oh, real quick. Before we go there, can I tell a real quick story? I got some shit right here.
Okay.
I watched this movie with my grandma. I showed it to her for the first time. She fucking loves Die Hard 3. Doesn't give a fuck about any other movie. She just loves Die Hard 3.
Oh.
She hates the first one. And
Wow.
yeah, she hates the first one.
Hot take.
She does not. We beef about that all the time. She only likes the third one.
So you got a thing for Jeremy Irons?
Probably.
Okay.
Sam Jackson?
But I showed her this one and she was actually liking it. She was like all into it and everything. When that motherfucker stood up on top of that jet, it was a wrap. She was done with that movie after that. She was like,
Wait,
this shit
so-
is too crazy now.
So
It checked her all the fuck way out of it. She was done with it.
It is pretty ridiculous. He's surfing on a Harrier jet.
Yeah.
yeah, 1,000% he would be dead.
As fuck.
Oh man.
Oh, but do you want to know why she doesn't like the first one though? It's gonna blow your mind.
I hope if you say Alan Rickman.
No,
Okay.
it's too unrealistic.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Okay. They threw a car at a helicopter in this one.
She
now,
was fine
let's
with that.
talk about the one that she loves. Okay?
I defy you to find logic problems with Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Right, it's perfect. We have this argument all the time, Nate. I have no answers for you. If you're about to ask me, I have no answers.
Oh, wow.
And the thing about Die Hard 1 that kills her the most with the unrealistic shit is him running around barefoot with his feet cut up. She can't get past that.
What?
But Jeremy Irons concocting an explosion out of what is essentially medicine plungers to create an explosion to ruin the world's economic system by stealing gold from the middle of New. Perfect sense. Perfect.
Yes,
Perfect
no
sense.
faults. Perfect movie.
None whatsoever.
Actually, now that you talk about it like that, Nathan, that does make a lot of sense.
The way that Bruce Willis was projectile vomited out by the New York sewer system at one point in that movie, shot up like a
Delightful.
geyser. He
I
shot
just
up on top
assumed
of.
that he ran into the Ninja Turtles and they didn't want him around.
Get the fuck out.
But you know,
See you later, dude!
running on cut feet to save your life. That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
Who
It's too
does
much.
that? Nope. Yeah.
I'm just telling you, that's been the argument for years, bruh.
Well, give your Nana a hug for me, because that's fantastic.
I kind of appreciate that crazy opinion.
Yep. I got nothing but salute for that now.
I don't give a fuck about none of them movies except 3, man. Just like with her favorite Lethal Weapon is number 3 too. I don't know what it is with her in 3s, and Indiana Jones 3 is her favorite one.
Maybe she just likes the number 3.
Brent, it's a lucky number. Let me tell you.
Grandma?
How the hell did you get on here?
I get around, bitch.
She probably would say that.
Is that your new character, Nathan?
Brent's grandmother, yes.
Her and Montrose.
You have witnessed the debut.
I can't figure out if that's offensive or not.
I think it's perfect. It's like Ishiro and Takahashi.
As long as you're doing audio and not video, I think we're fine.
Exactly.
Oh, this week, guys, we're having fun again.
We're having a great time.
Always.
We gotta get to the final scene. We're at the last scene of the movie.
Are we?
Yes.
Oh shit, we are.
So Tim and the crew have Lucy and just Tim and the crew. By the way, is my new band. I don't know. You guys want in?
Sure.
Yeah. 100%.
We gotta find a guy named Tim first, and then just go from there. Or one of you can be Tim. I don't care. So they're there. He's trying to get Justin Long to again take out this encryption code so that he can, download all the financial information. Justin Long is like, hell no. So he shoots him in the knee and threatens to kill Lucy. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. It's at this point that he assassinates his entire tech team except for one person.
Yes.
Which the guy, he's like, it's the most suspicious setup ever, because they're like, hey, he's ready for you, Mr. Lead Tech Guy. And he's like, oh, it's that time.
Played by the kid from Shit My Dad Says and the Chernobyl Diaries. Oh, and Almost
okay.
Famous.
Wait, what? The main guy from Almost Famous?
The nerdy kid. The guy who was like his Tim Oliphant's right-hand guy, the one with the glasses.
No, it's not him.
Oh hell.
Find out who it is. I know it's the dude from the Chernobyl Diaries.
Oh, probably, but it's not.
Wasn't he in the Friday the 13th remake too? Didn't he get killed at the tree or some shit?
Spoiler alert.
It's in the first 5 minutes.
There's people that die in Friday the 13th. How dare you?
I know, you just believe me, it's true.
What?
I'm
I thought
trying
it was
to
a
tell you.
musical.
It is, but people get killed.
Oh, okay, good.
The best.
What was
kind
his
of
name in
musical.
the movie? I don't even know what his name was.
In this movie? His
Yeah.
name was Trey. I'm looking at it
Oh,
right
okay.
Yeah.
Jonathan
Sadowski.
now. It is. He was in Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Yeah, but not Almost Famous. Okay.
And
Okay.
Chernobyl Diaries. There you go.
And Chuck, one episode.
Okay. Wow.
And Young and Hungry, wherever the hell that is.
And The Goods, Live Hard, Sell Hard.
Oh, he was a Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Oh, shit.
And the Lethal Weapon TV show, 3
Oh!
episodes.
If you're just tuning in, welcome to the Jonathan Stadowski podcast.
What? Welcome to our Jonathan Podowski.
He was all chopped.
Oh shit! Plot.
Ghost hunters? Oh shit.
So anyway, this last scene with the guy that's not an Almost Famous,
Right.
he comes in as the only tech guy now because, like, again, the entire tech team has been shot in cold blood, and then he is immediately shot by John McClane, which is funny that he gets like the most like thoughtless death. They're just like, boom, dead.
We've done what you man.
And John McClane shoots another baddie, but then he gets shot in the shoulder. Oh no, guys! John McClane is down! Nah? Timothy Olyphant picks him up, puts the gun in his wound, and then another crazy part of this movie,
Your favorite part.
John McClane shoots himself so that it goes through him and into Tim Olyphant's heart. And kills him.
Well, he had a hole in him already, so he just shot through the hole.
Yep.
He repenetrated himself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to.
And shot a load through there.
And what I like, I will say that. So at this point, Justin Long picks up the other gun and shoots the other henchman. I kind of wanted to see Lucy do it.
Oh no! You know what? She was 100% dead with the fucking gun control he had in that shot.
Oh yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I kind of wanted both McClanes to get a kill. You know what I mean? I mean, she did shoot him in the foot.
There you go.
Or, oh my God, if John McClane had said yippee-ki-yay and she said motherfucker.
Yeah, but in this case, again, I watched the theatrical version. He says, Tim Elephant says, this is going to be on your gravestone. I forget, too little, too late, or something like that. What does he
Always
say?
in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And then Bruce Willis says, actually, what's going to be on my gravestone is yippee-ki-yay, mother, bang.
Gunshot.
Yeah. So they cut it off, which is the only thing I was fine with this being PG-13 up until that moment. I was like, well, why did you tease that then? Like, if you're going to make it PG-13, just don't do the line.
Yeah, but if you didn't have at least yippee-ki-yay mother,
Yeah. He
the
could have just said
peasants would have revolted. I'm just
He
saying.
could have just said yippee-ki-yay at some point.
Well, he could have said yippee-ki-yay mother, and then she could have said fucker, and then it technically wouldn't have been motherfucker, right?
Ooh, but there would have had
Brent.
to have been a line of dialogue between that.
Nah.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother! I've got the gun, fucker.
Nah, it's fine. Or you can say yippee-ki-yay, biatch.
Yippee-ki-yay, and Tim Oliphant goes, what? And she says, oh, fucker.
There you go.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother!
Fucker.
Hubbard. or as they say in Die Hard 2 on the TV edit,
Oh, no.
yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Cowboy.
I thought it was Falcone.
Melon
Oh, maybe
farmer.
it's Falcone.
I know in number 2 they used the villain's one of his aliases as instead. It's like Mr. Falcone instead of motherfucker.
That's the worst.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of Live Free or Die Hard.
And I want to know, where is my Die Hard spinoff starring Justin Long?
In the trash.
Unfortunate.
I want to say that the most non-believable part of the movie is at the end where Lucy and Justin Long are kind of like, hey, did he talk about me? Out of all this movie that has a fucking jet fight a truck, that's the least believable part of the movie for me. Like, you didn't fall for Justin Long. Especially after knowing him for 30
But
seconds.
he shot that guy, though.
To save her.
Yes.
Hey, man, saving a life equals secured.
Thank you.
Not
Brace.
if you're Justin Long.
It worked for him in this one?
Well, did it though? Because Bruce Willis says no fucking way.
Well, he
The
tells
end.
him that he's that guy, though, or some shit. He gives him permission, basically, don't he?
Does
Yeah,
he?
yeah, he kind of
Yeah.
does.
I thought he says don't even think about it or something.
Well, he does
He
it
does
first.
it first. Yeah.
Oh, he gives him permission to fuck his daughter.
Yes, you can go penetrate my daughter now.
That's the line.
So, Nathan, how would this work in real life?
Okay. All right, Let's
so-
break this down.
So the
Let's
bag
do
of
it.
shit has just saved your daughter.
Okay.
And him too. Shit.
He would then obviously get elevated in my opinion of him.
To a
He would
small
just
bag of
be-
shit?
Dick bag.
Oh.
Listen, you little dick bag. It's fine. I understand that you're gonna protect her. It's all right. Don't fucking advertise about it, or I will stab you.
Jesus.
What? You know
Don't
what?
advertise
Brent-
that you saved
Brent,
my life,
okay.
or I will stab you.
Ask if PJ, he's a dad. Ask him. You know what? I mean, if you had a daughter instead of a son, would you not feel exactly this way?
That's what we actually kind of had a conversation like that for our upcoming episode. It's funny you said that now.
Perfect.
So Live Free or Die Hard, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and guess that we're all going to say, watch this fucking movie.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
What Were They Thinking is brought to you by HostGator. HostGator is a leading provider of shared, reseller, VPS, and dedicated hosting solutions. Award-winning support is available 24/7, 365 days a year via phone, email, and live chat. Discover why over 9 million websites trust HostGator. Use the coupon code SCHLUCK for 25% off your first purchase. That's SCHLUCK, SCHLOCK, for 25% off your first purchase.
What Were They Thinking is brought to you today by GameItAll.com. Whether it's video game news, the latest in music, or movie reviews, GameItAll.com is your one-stop shop for all nerdy talk.
Mother Superior every week.
What's that?
You can't get me, son.
me! Stop hitting me! You don't call out my name like that, Brent. I made my way to Ohio, and I didn't see you at your home.
Yeah, see, because I was out looking for you, motherfucker. You don't scare me.
Oh!
I don't go to church, motherfucker.
My name is not Mother, fucker. It's Mother Superior.
You sure you don't fuck mothers, though?
Oh, you're going the right way for a smack bottom.
Bring that shit on, homie.
Okay, here I go. Nuns, assemble. We're going back to Ohio. I'm gonna find you.
Me, PJ, and Montro's gonna whoop that ass.
Here I go. Here I go. Let's go. Oh, shit. She ran out of here quick.
I got the chopper here for her. We got guns in America.
Yeah, but she's got a car, though. Your chopper's fucked.
I got
It's
a car
station
too.
wagon with wood paneling on the side.
Yeah.
We like to do drive-bys here. It's all good. She'll be all right.
I thought you were going to say we like to do drugs here.
I mean, they do. There is the opioid crisis going on.
Well, on that light note,
Things
we
are so
all
happy.
On that light note, we're going to get a little closer and louder to the microphone.
Yes.
Because what time is it, Nathan?
It is time for the low haiku.
Low Haiku brought to you by Crackers. Crackers. Now, this is a segment where we use 17 syllables to break down the movie we just watched in a lot more than 17 syllables. Brent, as our guest, have you a haiku you would like to read?
I sure do.
That is sexually disturbing me and also arousing me. Go ahead.
I knew you'd like it. This movie is the shit. Don't know why y'all picked this one. Winsmore Medea.
It's
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
Nathan, would you like to go?
Yes. Independence Day. Tim and the crew, great bad guys. Yes, I just wrote this.
I like that.
I kind of figured that when you said Tim and the crew. Okay. Not really Die Hard, but lots of boom boom and bang. McClane, Superman.
I like that one too.
That I feel like I'm going to get stabbed.
You might.
And then possibly sexually assaulted.
It might not be stabbed with a knife.
I didn't say knife, did I?
I didn't either.
This is the most fucked edition of NPR I've ever heard.
And next up, we're going to be sticking our penises into holes.
Lots of them.
Which one is this? You can guess by the texture.
It's real wet.
And we're out!
By the sounds of it, yes.
And I'm done.
And proud, I'm guessing.
Hold on, I just gotta clean up a bit.
Yes, you do.
No, Brent, we're done! Come back to us, Brent.
No.
Oh, God. Okay, well, he might be stuck in NPR mode, but...
No, he sounds like a mixture of Barry White and the guy from Tales from the Hood.
The shit.
That's his version. That's his version of NPR.
That's what it sounds
Nathan,
like here.
Nathan and Brent, we all talked about this movie. We had an opinion, but what do we always say, Nathan?
Well, we always say...
Don't take our word for it.
Don't take a word for it.
I mean, that's what we usually say, but, it's not like this movie was hated.
No.
You know what? Here's the thing. Every time I've heard this movie discussed, it's always discussed in a disparaging manner. And
I know, right?
it was a shock to me when you said, people think this is a good movie, and that's never what I hear.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always hear people talk shit about it too. This would fuck me up about. That's why I thought
Thank
y'all were doing
you.
it at first.
Well, let's just say that on Rotten Tomatoes, this movie's critical rating is 82%.
As it should
Yes.
And its audience rating is 86%. So
As it
they're
should
pretty
be.
close. Pretty close together. Mm-hmm. This movie got a rousing reception, according to Rotten Tomatoes. So, I mean, let's talk about this first review here. Funny enough, is from NPR by
Yes,
Bob
it is.
Mondello.
Do the fucking voice.
Okay, sorry. Bob Mondello from NPR. Mine or Brent's voice?
You get the NPR voice.
Oh, okay. So Bob
mine.
Mondello from NPR says, "It's not remotely plausible, but with Willis's McClane leaping onto the tail fins of passing jet fighters and bringing down helicopters by launching police cars at them, there's enough stuff blowing up so that action fans won't mind much. That's coming up next, and now stay tuned for Jim Jones."
Sponsored by Kool-Aid?
Got any more?
Yes. Well, I did find some negative ones.
Oh!
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
So, because I feel that if we're saying don't take our word for it, you would not take our word for it that it is an amazing piece of cinema, topped only by that of the cinematic ventures of one Tyler Perry.
Ha!
Andrea Gronville from the Chicago Reader says, "The bad guy's omnipotence at nearly every turn dilutes the film's suspense."
I do kind of see her point a little bit, because the bad guys do kind of have an answer to everything.
Well, they're supposed to be super duper smart.
Yeah, but I do think this movie is ridiculous and entertaining, but I do kind of see the point of that comment. Mm-hmm. Brent, do you have one?
Yeah, I'm looking at one right now. It's a negative review.
Oh shit!
It says, "I have seldom seen an action movie where the bullet holes appear, disappear, reappear, and vanish so often between scenes. The director must have found the magic bullet that shot Kennedy."
Wait, who's that from?
That's on IMDb. It doesn't have their name on it.
You're in the dregs of reviews.
Oh, it's all 1s and 3s a lot's on here.
So, another one I have here is, I think this pretty much sums it up. It's from Hank Sarton of Time Out Chicago. Another Chicago, I'm not going to attempt it, though.
Do the freaking accent.
Oh, I can't. I really can't. Brainless? Sure. Entertaining? Yep.
Yes. Kim Newman from Sight and Sound says, though it's mostly entertaining, if not overlong, there is a sense that the whole thing has become somewhat rote. That's it. That's the.
Is that your
I
low-
know,
oh,
right?
sorry.
It's a
I
fucking
thought that was a low
haiku in and
haiku.
of itself.
I just want to say this real quick, Brent, before you lay another one on us, because I feel like you posted this.
Okay.
It's an audience review. It's 3 stars, so maybe you didn't post it. Maybe
it
you
would have
messed
been
up.
higher.
But here we go. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is. I mean, they not lying.
But why are they posting that on this
Why are
movie?
they putting it in part 4? Because it's clearly an Independence Day movie.
They just wanted to remind you in case you was on that bullshit.
I don't feel that anybody needs to be reminded. That is 100% a fucking Christmas movie.
There's a lot of people that disagree.
What do you guys think about Bruce Willis saying it's not, though?
He didn't write
He
the
didn't
fucking
write it.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll get the writer on the show.
He's the actor who plays John McClane. He is not Die Hard.
He's Die Hard.
He's not Die Hard.
He plays Officer John Die.
Interesting tidbit, because it's a tidbit that's interesting, and it's an interesting tidbit.
Oh my god.
Frank Sinatra was actually originally offered the role of John McClane. Because
That would have been amazing.
Die Hard is technically a sequel.
It was a movie called The Detective, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
And he played the character from those books.
Mm-hmm.
And he was at the time when Die Hard was being made, the first one, he had to be offered the option to play that character.
Thank God he didn't do it.
He said no because he was 1,000,000 years old at that time.
I would have watched the shit out of that.
He'd have died real easy.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
Motherfucker.
These terrorist blues. Alright. Any, got anything else for us, Brent? Any other reviews you want to lay on us?
I have another one. It says, if I see one more pretty estranged daughter in peril / daddy's coming to save the day, I love you, daddy subplot, I will puke. Whoever thinks this is an interesting dramatic device, please just stop already. That's what they focused on.
Yeah. That's a side rant, but that does happen a lot.
It does.
You got any more, Nathan? I got a bunch of audiences I'm just going to unload here.
I've got one here. This is a critics one from efilmcritic.com. It says, as clueless about the original's appeal as the previous 2 follow-ups.
So he doesn't even like the original?
No, I feel that he thinks that this movie doesn't even remotely capture the spirit of the original.
Gotcha. Yeah. In a way, it's kind of not a Die Hard movie, but I'm still on board.
Here's with this for me. Okay, the first one is my favorite. The second one, as I said, is I feel it's far too samey, which is why I think I like the third one as like my second favorite in the series, because it's such a departure from the first one. It's set in the summer. It's not restricted to a building. He's not. He's got all of his faculties about him. He's not running around with his shoes off, because that's ridiculous. Who does
much.
that? Right? No, especially when they're cut.
Exactly.
But you still get the tie-in to the first one where you have Jeremy Irons as the brother.
Yeah, whereas the third one is basically a documentary.
Criterion Collection.
You know what? If there's any one, that's the one.
Yeah.
For Criterion,
not the first
anyways.
one. It'd be the third one.
I feel there's... Again, I like that the first one's my favorite one, but the third one is there's something really great about it, because they were like, let's throw everything out except the callback to the brother, and and John McClane's disaster of a fucking marriage. Everything else, all new. Could have been done not as a Die Hard movie if they had removed those 2 connections, but I feel that it complements it. That's why it's my second favorite.
Okay.
Rant done.
So here's a couple of more last audience ones here. This one says, "What a brain dead, useless piece of shit." 3 stars.
There you go.
Alternatively, this one says, "This was amazing. Wowee." 2.5 stars.
Wowee.
This rating is not interested. He's like the airport version of Rambo. I don't know what that means.
I think he's confusing the,
second
second
one?
one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and I've got one more.
No,
guys.
you know what I get it. Shitty books that you buy at the airport gift shop.
All right, I've got one
Solving
more.
things,
I've got
that's
one
me.
more here.
Yep.
Here we go. Okay, it's a 5-star review. Summary: it's the Christmas season, the season we celebrate the birth of our Savior. Bruce Willis's character has a love interest. You're going to notice it going off the rails here real soon. A character played by Alan Rickman and his terrorist organization take over a building. This represents corruption. Bruce Willis stops them from terrorizing anymore. Alan Rickman's character dies. Bruce Willis is the hero of the story. The end. Review: Bruce Willis' character represents masculinity, but also a force for the good. Alan Rickman's character represents evil. Good conquers evil in the end. 5 stars.
For Die Hard, yes.
But like all over the place.
No, it's 100% in one place. Die Hard. Or, adversely, it's 100% in one place. The wrong section of Rotten Tomatoes.
I love how they just threw in the Jesus reference.
Well, you're... McClane? I don't know how they didn't make the conclusion that McClane was indeed some sort of Christ-like figure.
I mean, he's not?
We're not talking about The Matrix.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Right.
Starring Bruce Willis? Oh my god. So, as we come to the end here, Brent, you once again, real quick, I mean, you a Home Video Hustle podcast.
Yeah.
HVH podcast on Twitter.
Yeah.
ageofradio.org.
Yep. / home video hustle.
There you go. And you guys are also on all the podcatchers.
All of them.
All of them.
New shit I just added to, but I can't remember what they are right now. But just look that shit up and we'll probably be there. Oh, we just got back on Spotify.
Pod
That's what it was.
Closet, Pod Kit Knife, the Teddy Ruxpin Appreciation Society,
Ho Skater.
Al Jazeera.
Montrose, plug your stuff.
Ew.
Hello! It's your good friend Montrose Monkington III here. I've been delighting by listening to these chaps talk about live freeing or dying hard. Fantastic work, gentlemen. Thank you for all the complimentary alcohol. It's really helped move things along. You can check out my YouTube channel, Montrose Monkington TV, where I watch a lot of wrestling. I have a good time with my friends, and we feel that you would have a good time watching us, Montrose Monkington TV. If you want to find me on Facebook, you can see Montrose Monkington III Esquire and friends. Finally, you can also follow me on the Twitters at Montrose III. That's the number 3RD. Thank you. More later.
Hey, Montrose.
Yes, Barry White, Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Hood.
Oh, don't act like you don't remember me anymore, Montrose. I've been trying to find you for a while. I listened to Home Video Hustle and heard you on there one time. They advertised the show.
That time where I asked for more water.
Yes. You want to hook up again, Montrose? I'm in town today.
Well, you know, I was going to, but my friend Ducky, I have a alternate arrangements for plans with him. We will be getting together, talking about his lack of ankles and my love of banana flavored daiquiris.
Sorry, just invite him along too. I got some new banana porn DVDs you might like.
Ooh, that sounds delightful. Talk to me outside. Thank you. More later.
I'll be there.
Can I come too?
You can come all you like.
Already did.
No, he's disgusting.
So you can find our podcast, What Were They Thinking, on Podbean at www.ttpodcast.podbean.com. You can find it on Spotify, Stitcher, all that good stuff, iTunes, and you can also find us on Twitter at WWTT Podcast, at Instagram, and also at WWTT Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, just search What Were They Thinking. We have a Redbubble page, redbubble.com/people/WWTT Podcast. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com, and just search for our podcast. We're on there. We got lots of great things you can sign up for. And any support you want to shill out is very much appreciated. And you get early access, you get to pick episodes, you get to guest on episodes. You also get a few bonus episodes per year that are exclusive to Patreon. So make sure you look into that. But I guess before we get into the question, Nathan, I should drop a clue for our next movie, Nathan.
Please do.
So we're entering March. We're entering WrestleMania month.
Yep.
Even though it's in early April, but who the fuck cares?
It changes from you. It's like Easter. It has to follow along with the when Passover falls, I think.
Yeah. Exactly like that. So with Wrestling Month coming up, I will be doing the wrestling movie. Of course, Nathan later in the month will be doing a wrestling event. So your clue for the wrestling movie is as follows. Ho! Brains!
Oh, I know this one. I think I recommended this one.
You did.
Oh, hell yeah. You're welcome, Nathan.
In 2 weeks. But as we wrap up here, I do want to thank Brent for coming by.
It's been an experience.
Yeah, I try and make sure it always is.
I want to thank Brent and sexually aggressive Brent as well.
You're quite welcome.
The funeral home keeper.
Oh, you'll be dead after I'm done with you.
So Nathan, as we wrap up here, I do have some questions for you.
Yes, please.
So, we did Live Free or Die Hard.
Right.
It's a movie in which hacking can basically do anything in the world.
Yes.
It's a movie where a car murders a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie where Bruce Willis surfs on an F-35.
Yes.
It's a movie that fucking rocked our worlds.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, normally I would ask a question, but I gotta just end on this thought. Good thinking.
Thanks, Patty.
Hey, I heard you like movies.
I heard you like to hustle.
I heard you like podcasts.
Well, guess what?
There's a podcast for you out there called The Home Video Hustle.
Damn right.
Every Friday, we talk about whatever movie PJ picks out the bag. What does that mean? Every Wednesday on our YouTube page, I put a bunch of movies in a bag, and PJ picks one out at random. And then we just watch it. We talk about it for maybe like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever we feel like doing, wherever the conversation leads us.
But do we actually talk about the movie?
Most of the time. Tangents galore.
Yes.
So believe me, we may be a movie podcast, but it's not always about movies. We might talk about video games,
Music.
Yeah, that's the big one, music. Sometimes we might get a little bit of politicalness in there.
Yes.
Sometimes we may just, we know what we like to do. We like to tell stories, PJ.
Yes.
I am the master storyteller
Yes.
of the podcast realm. Undefeated. So if you like to hear about movies, video games, whatever foolishness comes to our mind, the most random stuff you could think of, check out the Home Video Hustle. You can find us on the Stitchers,
Yes.
the Google Play,
Yes.
Apple Podcasts,
What else?
Podbean,
What else?
Podcast Addict,
Goddamn.
all that. Ain't no reason you can't get your hustle on. We everywhere, worldwide, baby.
Hustle, motherfucking hustle.
Hey, we can't cuss in the promo, PJ.
Ah.
We gotta be family friendly. There may be podcasts out there that don't want his hair say
Ah.
all that good fun stuff.
Well, you.
Don't run the listeners away, PJ.
I'm sorry.
But this is going kind of long.
Yes.
So we'll end this and say, hey, check out the Home Video Hustle every Friday on all the various podcast outlets. Peace.
Peace.
It's time, let's check our queue, baby. Pair it with a couple brews, baby. We love good movies. We love the bad ones too. So we watch them all and pass their lessons on to you. Oh yeah. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. Everything I learned from movies helps to make life a little bit groovy. Whether one last plot holes or gratuitous movies, it's time to get busy with your friend Steve and Izzy at eilfm.podbean.com.